Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. So the first part is going to be me doing the voiceover, and I am right now thinking as to how I want to start this tutorial and what I want to do. Again, this is a very natural everyday occurrence for me. It's like, do I want to do the eyes first? Do I want to do the face first? But anyways, I was filming and I thought my camera got every single thing. So I thought this was going to be a full voiceover. Turns out it only got to the part where I was actually just doing my eyeshadow and then stopped recording. I don't know why. My battery was charged, but I guess it was dying towards the end because I literally saw the red dying battery symbol. And so, yeah, I have no idea how just, I guess, filming every single day, I guess it does eat up your battery life more than I thought. But essentially what I'm doing right now is I'm going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm going to be using two different palettes today. The first one is Feelin' Bubbly by ColourPop. I really like this palette, and it had the perfect shade for me that I wanted to use. And then the other is Pixie by Petra, and it's the Hazelnut Haze IFX palette. And so I look funny with two different dots of concealer on my eye. Anyways, so I am trying to close my mouth because I'm not a codfish, as Mary Poppins says. And I know that I'm looking in another direction and whatnot, but essentially I shifted my camera setting so that way I could accommodate for filming reels as well as you guys being able to see my face full on as opposed to just one angle. Let me know if you guys like the setup a lot better, but yes. So while I'm blending my concealer, essentially, since it didn't get everything through, all my video footage was not there, I decided to film a talk through towards the end as to how I did my eyes. And I will have a reel and I will have a short that is posted in case you guys may or may not have time to look for the full video or watch it. But I'm right now going in with a fluffy brush and the shade Bubble Up by in the ColourPop Feelin' Bubbly palette. And I was like, wait, I need to powder my eyes. I didn't powder my eyes. So there's me powdering my eyes. I could have totally, honestly, guys, with the way that my brain was working this morning, I literally could have just, gone in with the color and been whatever. But we're good to go now. Tapping off the excess as per normal. So, while I'm doing this part, essentially, I am just going to fill you in. When I was doing my talk through video, I realized that I didn't talk about the blush I was using. And so I was using two different blushes, and they are Petal Primavera and Milani Luminoso. And it's also the Petal Primavera. Petal Primavera is also from Milani. It is their baked blush line. For this look, as you will see later on when I'm doing the talk through portion, I am, oh, by the way, I'm using that shade, and it's the shade Neutral from the Pixie palette to go in and blend. But I essentially just used blush today on the on the outside of my skin. I did not use any highlight at all. And so, wait, that could be a lie. I don't remember. I might have used highlight. I have to look at my face. Let's just go with the fact that I probably didn't use highlight. Because the blush does have highlight in it. This is such a hot mess voiceover, y'all. I'm so sorry. By the way, I'm showing you the color, the shade that I'm going in with, and right now that is the shade Zesty from the ColourPop palette. And so essentially what I do is I'm using my finger at first, and I'm trying to look for a brush, but, oh no, I'm blending. Whoopsies. I was trying to show you that I was going to go in with the color Zesty. That's what I was doing. It's so funny when I do voiceovers because I have to, see, what I'm doing, and I kind of have to backtrack because sometimes like I just do my makeup and it's like a blur, and yeah, it goes away. So anyways, I hope you guys still stick around after this hot mess video. um but I am going in with the shade, hang on, it's right next to me, the shade Clink Clink. It's a very cute color and a cute shade name. And I'm making the crease a bit deeper and darker. As you'll see with the zesty color, which is that yellow pale color that I go in with later on, I essentially will stamp it on with my finger first, and then I will go in with the actual brush and do it. The reason I do that is because zesty has a little bit of glitter in it, and so with glitter, pigments, and particles, it will fall out, which is why for this look, as you can see, I'm stamping the color on there right now. I'm going with my ring finger. And I don't know if you can pick up, but there on my inner corner, there's like, right now the pigment is so uneven. When I'm putting it on there, I could have gone in with my pinky, but I just didn't want to. And so the pressure of my ring finger is good for my particular style of makeup. And so as you can see, when I'm stamping this color on, it is like not like super blending like evenly, and that's why for pigments like this, I go in with my finger first. Wherever there's a glitter or somewhat of a glittery base or whatnot, because glitter doesn't necessarily mix like any foiled pigments or any like a metallic-y finished satin shadow, it is very important to find your own technique for glitter. I have found that the warmth of my finger somehow makes the glitter adhere better and stick to my skin, because again, I don't use primer. My primer is my concealer. Right now I'm going in with the shade Get a Grape, which is the darker brown shade from the Feeling Bubbly palette. And so I have to go in, and so I kind of do 2 steps here. It is this tutorial, y'all, is a little bit more laborious. I'm gonna say that. It's not one of my easy, quick and fast, like, oh, you just do 1, 2, 3 steps and you're good to go. Low-key, I was thinking of doing another kind of look where I had gold in the middle and black on the outside and calling it my bumblebee look. But that's not what I ended up doing. Again, I wanted to like do a more everyday, if you wanted to get glam kind of a look. And so yes, that's what I'm doing right now. And trying to look, oh, I was spraying perfume. Yes, I was like, wait, why is there a pause? I spray perfume. So if you can see the way that my eyes look right now when I'm looking down, it looks very uneven, and that is because when I stamped the color, certain parts of where I stamped it deposited better as opposed to others. So now I'm going in with my trusty Sigma flat brush. I forget the number. I really do. I'm so sorry, but I always use Fix Plus. Again, Fix Plus I feel is like a game changer for this kind of, you know, tutorial and eye look as well, because essentially now that I have a base of the pigment, I go back in, I smooth it out, and I enhance the pigment with the Fix Plus. So that's exactly what you see me doing here with my left eye. I am enhancing the pigment, and I am carving out my crease, because again, I do want the color to be prominent. I want when people to look at me when I go outside today, when I'm running errands, or I'm reading at Barnes & Noble, or whatever the situation is, or I'm just sitting in my room cleaning. When I look around and I see my face in my mirror that I have in my room, my full-length, full-body mirror, I want to see my gold and yellow, my pale gold yellow eyeshadow pop out. So that is what I'm trying to achieve, and Fix Plus helps me do that. And so, yeah, my mirror, I keep looking that way because my mirror is over there. And so right now I'm satisfied with the way that my eyeshadow looks. And so I'm going in now with my color, my dark brown color, the same Get a Grape shade, and I'm just building that outer corner. If you are new to eyeshadow and you're kind of just like, how are you doing this? How do you know? First of all, I've been doing makeup for a while and I'm taking out my nose ring. You guys, you know that bigger nose ring that I had? I don't know what happened, but when I woke up this morning, it wasn't there. And I tried to check my sheets and everything and everywhere else and I couldn't find it. I'm devastated about it. But I have my long back trusty nose ring, which is what I'm wearing today. My regular nose ring that I've been wearing for years and years and years. I don't know what that nose ring has with me. I don't know what kind of sentimental attachment it is. I think it has separation anxiety from me, I swear to God, because I tried to get rid of it and it didn't want to. It did not want to get rid of me. So I tried, y'all. I tried. But anyways, right now I'm underpainting with concealer. So this is an excessive step. But again, I am not going in with like a lot of face products after my foundation. I just went in with the blush and I hit the bronzer on the top of my face. And so I left my cheeks alone and that was that. But right now I'm using the YSL Touche Eclat Radiant Touch in the shade 5 for my highlighted portion. And then I'm trying to look for my NARS. Actually, did I use NARS? I feel like I used NARS. Yeah, today. No, I don't think I did. Let me see. Right now I'm underpainting with my contour. Let me see what I decide to do. Isn't this fun? Let's find out what Shivani does while she's doing her makeup. You would think I would know what I'm doing. I just wing it. It's like Rihanna says, fake it till you make it. And I'm going in with the e.l.f. brush. So I'm using the Fenty contour stick in the shade Mocha. It's the match sticks. And I'm in the shade Mocha 03. This is a beloved product around my neck of the woods. I freaking love this product. This is one of the best underpaint contour situations. You can also use this on your foundation. I tend to go a little bit heavy-handed, which is why for my purposes, I use it to underpaint under my foundation. So it works for me. What step is Shivani doing next? Going in. Oh, right. This is what happened. I went in with my Smashbox Always On foundation. I'm in the shade L30N. I remember. Okay, now I remember. I actually put my concealer on after I did my foundation. That's why I stopped after I underpainted with the YSL. Makes total sense now. Don't you love when people backtrack their steps and you're like, what did I do here? It's almost like solving the makeup mystery. So this is a good foundation, you guys. I actually remember buying this foundation because some makeup artist who does Deepika Padukone's makeup said that they use this on her. And I'm like, oh, she has flawless skin. I want. So I went to Ulta, literally. I went to Ulta and I got this foundation. If there are two foundations, I recommend that. Actually, I can't do two. Okay, I'll do 5. I'll do 5. I was gonna do 3, but then I was like, wait, there's no like drugstore options in there, because I understand not everybody wants to spend money on makeup, and I totally understand and respect that. So with that being said, this one is the Smashbox Always On is always a good one. It looks like my skin but better, and the more that you wear it throughout the day, the more like your skin it looks. So it does definitely give you that finish. Typology is another one. It is their tinted serum foundation. It feels good on the skin. You can build it up, but again, less is more for that. I also genuinely love the Tula tinted moisturizer that I have. I love it, y'all. I really do. And then Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Let me see how many I got. I got Smashbox. I got Giorgio Armani, I got Typology, Tula, and then honestly, I'm trying to think, I haven't used this foundation, so I don't feel comfortable saying it, but my other pick, and it's not drugstore, and I'm so sorry about that, is the Benefit Professional. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm going in with my concealer, and I actually ended up using Kiko. I didn't use NARS. And so I am going in with the Kiko concealer, and I'm using the Kiko Milano brush. I bought this, and by the way, I'm just like carving out that outer corner. But I needed to get really close to my lash line. So the Anissa Beauty brush is good for all over and like spreading it and everything, but this is a more precise application, which is what I wanted. I will go ahead and say this and give this disclaimer. Your brushes do matter when you are doing your makeup. And for reference, if anybody thinks that like, oh, I was gifted like amazing makeup brushes when I first started doing makeup as a teenager, y'all, I used paintbrushes. Literally, I still remember paintbrushes. I had them in my house. I don't know from where. We moved from one house to another, and one state to another. And I had paintbrushes lying around, and the confidence that I had, I just freaking figured it out. So don't ever be afraid. Use whatever you have on your hand. It is not mandatory. I know a lot of these days people push, buying expensive stuff and overconsumption. But realistically, if you don't have it and you do have those paint brushes lying around, like, use them. I did. My skin is fine. I just took care of it. It's fine. The makeup police aren't gonna come for you, and if they are, contact me and I'll take care of them. Anyways, probably a stern talking to. So I am looking for a particular lip liner. So for this look, I initially wanted to use pink lipstick, but frankly speaking, I didn't think pink would look good with the way that the entire look turned out to be. And you will see as I'm doing in my talk through and agree that pink would not have been good for me. So I went in with Urban Decay Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Conspiracy. And I love it. I have a couple more from them. I think 1993 is one, and then I have I think Give 'Em Talk Back is one. They're very nice names and cute shades and whatnot. And so, anywho, I say that all to say I'm right now outlining my lips, and I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury later on. I'm just making sure I didn't overline. Supermodel lipstick. It's the normal lipstick. I don't even know if it's like, it just says it's made in Italy on there. But yeah, it's the Supermodel shade. I can wear the shade Supermodel alone when I'm on my more fair side in terms of sun exposure and whatnot, especially during the winter. I was showing the real camera what I was doing. I can wear this alone, but I like to pair it with a darker lip liner so it's more wearable. And so, yes, I will go ahead and let you be with that. But this is as far as I got with just making sure that my lipstick was on. And I always do that puckering kissy thing whenever I wear my lipstick. I don't know why, it just makes me feel quirky and fun. And so, yes, I am trying to figure out what to do next. I think I was going in for my eyeliner, actually. And then that's where it stopped recording. So, yeah. I'm just going to fill in the silence. I actually went in with my Fenty eyeliner today. I didn't go in with my Wet n Wild. And so, yes, I'm shaking it up. Okay, you guys, so this is the part of the tutorial where I'm just going to fill you in on what I did, and my reels and everything else will explain the rest. So this is going to be the more chit-chatty part. So I realized that the video stopped, like when I was doing my face, then I had no footage of my eyeliner on, and so I was like, what do I do? What do I do? I was so sad. So essentially what I did was I took the, where'd it go? I found it. I took the Fenty eyeliner, and this time, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll zoom in closer. I went all the way over my eyeline, and that is because when I do like a more intense glam look, sometimes it is better. I talk with my hands. Sometimes it's better for me to go all the way in as opposed to just doing the halfway liner. And it also depends on the color of the eyeshadow. So as you can tell, I'm wearing like a gold, light pale gold, yellow tone. That's today's theme. Hence I'm in my yellow shirt. And so for me, it is one of those things where it's easier if I just go in with my eyeline and do it all the way through, because when I start doing my eyeliner and I see that halfway through it looks a little, this inner corner portion, like from here on in, I was gonna say here on out, here on in, it looks like there's like a lot of blank space. And sometimes the blank space is good, but it depends. So for me and my skin tone, and I'm explaining this because I just want y'all to understand that certain eyeliner techniques and certain methods that I may use might seem a little unconventional. But that's because of my skin tone, of my face shape, and whatnot. So essentially for today's look, because I decided to have a smoky eye, because I decided to, go full glam. And this is a more lengthy tutorial. But because I did that, I had to go all the way in. Now, with going all the way in, it looked great. Just with the full eyeliner, I could have called it a day. But again, reminder of my looks, I try to keep in mind that it should look good in the day and it should look good in the night. If you are not a big fan of putting stuff on your bottom lash line or doing eyeliner, usually my day-to-day, if I'm not doing any foundation, because again, this is just for Navratri, I usually, if I do my makeup, it'll be like 3 to 4 times in the week, and that's if I get that time to do that. So, usually it's just eyeliner or bust at times, and that was not the case like about 5 years ago. So, anyway, I digress, and I say that all to say I used the Urban Decay Legend 24/7 Waterline Eye Pencil. I used to use the Perversion one, which was super black and super creamy. All Urban Decay formula is very good, by the way. But I figured that for my waterline, Legend was better because, oopsies. Legend was better because it would just stay. So essentially what I did was I took the pencil and I put it halfway through here. Just not even halfway through, maybe like a third of the way through. And then I used I have this pointy brush over here. And I did not blend with black, which is why this is a more daytime look. I blended in with this kind of smoke color, it's not a smoke color. What's it called? It's called Deep, according to the Pixie palette. But I essentially blended it in with that. If I had gone and blended it in with black, it would have been way too harsh for the day, because my whole point in blending it out is to, one, make it look seamless and the whole eye is connected, and also join it to this inner corner part that I have going on. Well, don't worry, I'm not going to touch it. Where I have a little bit of residual eyeshadow, the yellow eyeshadow. So again, it should look like the whole look is wrapped around my eye, and like that's what I wanted. That was my end goal, and so I achieved that. But if I had gone in with black, first of all, it would have taken me double the time to blend it in because black is a very pigmented color, which is understandable. And 2, it would have been way too harsh, like I said, for the daytime. Now, if I was switching this look up and I was like going out for Navratri to other people's house and I wanted to make my eyes pop a little bit more, what I would have done is gone in with Legend and filled all of my waterline through. As you can see, there's still some like white space, blank space where I filled it in with the eyeshadow when I blended it out, but I would have gone all the way through and my eyes would have been rimmed with kajal. Another technique that I did was I tightlined my eye. So I don't, if touching your eye grosses you out, please look away for this. But I just put some black eyeliner over there, up on the tight line. And that just ties the look together. Essentially what tight lining does is it leaves no filter between your mascara and your top eyeliner that you have on your lid. So it looks like just one whole big line. And so sometimes I do that, and that's just that. I went in with 2 different mascaras today. So I went in with the Naturally Better Than Sex by Too Faced. That's a funny name. And where's my Ilia? If I can find it. Why can't I find stuff? You guys, like, I am embarrassed to show you what in God's name this whole travesty here looks like. But I used the Ilia mascara, and then I used this old lash curler I had from way back in the day. It was from Sephora. I think it was $5. Oh, there's the Ilia mascara. Here, let me move my other foundation around. I use this mascara to lengthen and volume. Well, to lengthen, because the Too Faced Naturally Better Than Sex mascara is very good for those days where you just want to do mascara and leave, because one thing I did notice about the formulation, and there is a difference, is the regular Better Than Sex will make your lashes look like va va voom. This is more va va voom, but like on a daily basis kind of situation. So it's going to look a lot more subtle. You can definitely build it up, but yes, that is what I did. And then I just went back in with my contour. And then I used my Milani setting spray. And that was that. I called that the end of the day. And that was, this is the rest of my tutorial. I hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, y'all.